Hello everyone, good day Ma'am Almi, and this is my enrollment system. So let's get right into it. First of all, I would like to discuss how the system is designed. First of all, I have a schema here which describes the database we will connect into, and it will serve as the variable for our CRUD activities. More on that in a bit, and let's go to index.php. Index.php will use the schema or the blueprint that we have, and it will loop through each table we put on the schema. For example, the department, student, uh, program. Then for you to understand more, I'll put a demo here. So for our schema, we have our department, program, student, instructor, term, room, and etc. All our tables. And for each table, we specify the primary key, the label it will have on the output, and which column can we search. So here on department, we can search through the code and the name, and its columns it has, and whether it is read-only or required. So when it has a foreign key, we also need to specify which reference it will have. So for example, for the department ID in the program, we will reference it to the table department and department ID. Next is to our index.php. So our index.php requires the config.php and no, the schema. This config has our connection to the database. So the schema specifies the database the structure of the database. And when we connect to the site, it will loop through each table in the schema and display it as cards. And when we click on these cards, it will put on the URL the table name and save it as is. For example, so here we have our enrollment system. Look here at the top, doesn't it ends in enrollment system. When we click on students, it will list the table the page we go to, then the table we access. So here we have table student. Now let's go back and click on departments. Here it is. Now let's go through our files. So first of all, we have our table list, which you saw earlier, where we displayed the students and the department. So here it will list all the records, search the records, and fetch the foreign key option. So instead of ID, it will display the foreign key name. Now here is our table list. Let's go back and click on the students again. So here, first of all, the table list page has read all the students, then displayed it. Then on our program, instead of program ID, it displays the program name. That is the select FK options. Then on our search bar, we can search for the student number, last name, first name, and email. So that is uh on our schema. So here, if we want to add middle name, oh, wait, oh, caps lock. Underscore name. Now save it and restart here. So for example, let's get Acre. Now hit here, then search again. Let's search for Acre. Ayan, there. Acre in Barcenas. Then in Barcelos, it has also display, Ancre, and Pepito. So when displaying our table list, first of all, it will get the metadata from our schema, which is the table, then the columns it has. Then it will check if it has column of soft deleted, and it will exclude all the soft deleted soft deleted rows. Then here you can see our main select statement. Here select the columns from the table and where it is ordered by 1 descending and limited by 200 rows. Then when we are displaying the program, for example, on the students and displaying the program, instead of ID, it will show the name of the table. And when we are sorting, we have our JavaScript here to sort it on the client side, and it will compare the rows, row by row. So we need to click the shift to clear the previous columns. For example, here, let's sort it by student number. Uh, let's go first. I, okay. So let's go for the last name first. And when we click shift, we can add another column to sort. And when we click on other without shift, it will reset and it will choose that. So on our let's go to tableform.php. Our tableform.php serves as the insert a new record and edit the record. So when we insert a new, we will use the insert, and when we are editing, we will select first display the existing record for edit, then we will use update the record. Then delete plus insert to add composite key update. On our table list, we can use the add new to add a new student. Here we use the table form. Then we will use also the edit on the table form.php. Now for our table form, like our table list, it will first connect to the schema and get the table's schema or metadata. Then it will determine it is edit or insert. So first of all, it will load the existing data from the values when editing. And this is the special case where the table course prerequisite is both primary key. So we first have to delete it, then insert another another row. That is only for table prerequisite because it both are primary keys. Other edits uses this one. Here we can see the main update statement, which is update to the table name, set the new data where the old data is located and limited by 1. Otherwise naman, insert we will use do insert. So here our main insert statement. We have insert into the table, then the column, then values. Then the others just error handling. Next is our table delete.php. So here it will use the alter table or add soft delete column when the table doesn't have a soft delete column, like is deleted, true or false. Then it will do the update or soft delete when we are deleting and data. So for example, here I have inserted insert, which is this, and if I want to delete it, yes, it will it will be deleted. So on our table.php, it will connect to our schema again first, then it will check if the table has a is deleted column, and if it has, it will ignore this. And then when it will update the row we where we want to delete and put the is deleted into true. So, so next is our util.php. Here it has two options. So it will use the select to fetch the fk options or the fk names instead of the id. Then dynamic query clause binding. This is for the search function where it will use it will base on the schema where we will search our search. So for example, this is our wait, what's that? This is our fetch option. So it will get on our schema where the fk is. For example, our program. It instead of it will show the department ID, it will use the reference, then connect to the label field, which is the department name. So it will display the department name instead of the department ID. That is the fetch FK options. Then build search where uses the schema also, where it specifies where we will search our input on the search bar. And the last two is the export excel.php and the print view.php. So export excel will export the data in excel file, then print view will export the data in pdf file. Now for our excel.php, uh, like our previous tables, it will connect to our schema and get the table blueprint. Then it will exclude all the is deleted rows. Then it will save into the statement. Then for each on our statement, it we will echo it to our Excel. Then it will look through each columns. Then after the column and our table header, we will have we will look through each statement or row by row to save it. It is the same in the print to PDF. So connect to the schema first, then exclude is deleted columns or rows, then change the ID. For example, on the program, instead of program ID, we will use the prog- program name. Then we will display it on our HTML, then on our page, then print it out with headers. There, PUP tagging enrollment system records. For the creation of my database, so here I use the create database. If not exists, then use. Then it will create a table department with the department ID as primary key, department code, then department name, then same for the program. We use the program ID as primary key, program code, program name, smart char. Then the department ID will be our foreign key here and reference to the table departments. So on our students, we have student ID, student number, last name, first name. This is a bit outdated since I already have on my export here the middle name. So create, where is that? Create table student there, middle name with a bar chart of 100, not null. Should be. Then for the table instructor, we use table instructor ID as primary key, then last name, first name, email is unique, then department ID for which department he is or she is from. It is connected through foreign key. Then table term, we have term ID as primary key, term code as unique code, and start date as date, and end date as date also. Then the rooms, the room ID, building, room code, and capacity with the room ID as primary key. Then the course, we have the course ID, course code, course title, units, lecture hours, lab hours, department, with the department again as foreign key and course ID as primary key. Then for the section, we have section ID, section code, course ID, term ID, instructor ID, day pattern, start time, end time, room ID, and max capacity. So here we have section ID as our primary key and four foreign keys, which is the course ID, term ID, instructor ID, and room ID. For the enrollment table, we have enrollment ID as primary key, student ID, section ID, the date enrolled, then status would be enumerated through enrolled, drop, completed, failed, and it is default true, enrolled. And student ID and section ID are our foreign keys. And lastly, and table course prerequisite, we have course ID and prerequisite ID as both is our primary ID, our primary key, then they are also both foreign key. That is all. Thank you.